For months, the Serenisima were kept under surveillance. In a warehouse in Padua, police cameras recorded these self-styled freedom fighters converting a bulldozer into a makeshift armored vehicle. The public prosecutors suspect the group of planning an operation much like the one 17 years ago when they occupied the Piazza San Marco in Venice for several hours. 8 people were arrested.
52 morti.
The operation resulted in 2 weeks of pre-trial custody for the organizers.
All our 24 activists did was make a tractor a bit sturdier. They were going to destroy a couple of statues of the Italian freedom fighter Giuseppe Garibaldi. Nobody here likes him, but nobody was out to injure anyone or attack any authorities. This has nothing to do with terrorism. We're not an armed group or whatever the state prosecutor is labeling us as.
For months now, the group has been confronting the police in one protest after another. They even managed to disrupt freight traffic between northern and southern Italy with roadblocks.
We live in a state that robs and steals from us every day, every month, every year. That takes away 3/4 of whatever we produce and earn. It can't go on like this. If we don't want to go on living with this parasite that sucks our blood dry, then we'll have to kill it.
The self-described separatists invoke the historical Republic of Venice, for centuries a commercial and military power in the eastern Mediterranean. Serenisima is hoping to bring it back and see the Veneto region break away from Rome. Their actions are aimed at provoking and shaking up the Italian authorities.
Even if Rome were to say what we're calling for is not constitutional, the police here won't have the courage to crack down on us. We're going to put it to the people quite democratically. If we get 51% in favor, we'll say goodbye to Italy.
Another grassroots initiative a few weeks before gave them hope and encouragement. The people of Veneto aired their dissatisfaction with Rome's policies at over 120 polling stations.
After 5 years of economic crisis, we don't expect anything more from Italy. We're just trying to save ourselves from certain ruin.
Under the present circumstances, there are hardly any Venetians left who don't want to break away. That's because of the miserable economic conditions. The economy isn't working anymore. The tax system is oppressive, and the justice system is failing to provide security for the citizens.
Some 2 million of the region's 5 million citizens are reported to have voted for independence. But that may well be an expression of a desire for greater financial autonomy. For years, Italy's more prosperous north has been funding the struggling south.
Our strength lies in the staunch support of the voters. We act peaceably and democratically. We call it the digital revolution with a smile. We don't want to give Rome any reason to classify us as an enemy.
The initiator of the online referendum is calling not for armed resistance, but for more taxpayers' money to remain in the region. Many factories here in Treviso's industrial area have stood idle since the economic crisis hit Italy. Gianluca Bassato says that last year alone, 32 troubled business owners in Veneto committed suicide. Many Venetians see the separatist movement as an ideal platform for drawing attention to the region's problems.
A relative of mine has a factory. He says his workers are not just employees, they're good friends, like members of the family. If you can't pay their wages anymore, if you can't feed your family anymore, then you can't show yourself in public, because it'd be an enormous loss of face.
Thousands of small businesses in the region have closed their doors in the past 5 years. Many business owners may not take the Separatists very seriously, but nearly all of them feel abandoned by the government in Rome.
Veneto has always excelled because of its flexible corporate structure. 98% of the enterprises have fewer than 20 employers. They couldn't get by without a functioning infrastructure and economic system. That's the true reason behind the revolt and the calls for secession. The people want a state that works and supports them.
The separatist movement has surprisingly strong popular support, but little chance of overcoming the constitutional obstacles to their demands. So the Republic of Veneto may well remain a dream and a memory of bygone glory.